Hello, good morning everybody. Thank you for coming to take a look at what I've been creating. This is my design team project for Artymaze, and this time I've used her sewing kit. And I've also included some of the images from Mrs. Cogs' embroidery sets as well. So this is a it is a soft cover journal. It measures approximately 6 inches tall and 8.5 wide, and the spine is around 2.25 inches. So I've got bits of fluff everywhere, these bits of cotton. I've based this journal using the Artymaze sewing kit on the Tailor of Gloucester, which is one of Beatrix Potter's stories, and it's actually one of my favourites. I wanted to use, it's one of the small books that I had, but I wanted to make a larger book. So I've kept the book cover and I've added a strip of fabric on that and joined it together. But this bit is removable. So I did debate trying to attach it to it, but I decided to leave it separate in the end. So on the back, I've got one of the images from one of a larger book that I had of the Tailor of Gloucester. I've stitched some, do you call them Suffolk puffs? I'm not sure what they're called, but I've stitched some of them on there and also on the front, and there's one of the little mice. The cover obviously is an orange one with a pink skein of thread, so I've kept the pink theme going through to kind of tie it in. The Tailor of Gloucester is a story about a tailor who becomes poorly and can't make his clothes, and the mice take over, and they use lots of little snips and make their own things as well. So on the spine here, this actually comes off, but I've included some little things that the mice might like to find laying around. So I'll keep that one off at the moment. So as I say, this part is detachable. I've just tied it up with some pale pink seam binding, and on the end of that seam binding, both of them have got a little wooden bobbin, and mice sized, of course. This comes off, so you can actually put something like here if you wanted to, so that is completely removable. Okay, so I've got the bobbin stuck, and then underneath is the cover. So an image there again of the little mice from one of the larger books that I had, and there's a little bobbin there with some sari silk on and some little pink trim on it, and then I've put some crochet trim over the spine. I hope you can see this okay, over the spine there. And then the cover is constructed using Artymaze technique. I think I've seen Gail Agostinelli do something similar as well, where it's a piece of calico cotton that I've put some gesso on, and then I've PVA glued pattern tissue paper onto it to get that effect. So it's there front and back. Okay. So there are lots of pages in this. There are well over 100 pages. I think there's about 108 pages. 110, and that doesn't include the book pages that are in here as well, the original book pages. So on the front I've attached this doily, and then I've just put a little extra booklet here of some vintage book pages that I had, and there's just some extra journaling space in there. Here we go. So as I say, it is kind of soft. It's stitched together so it won't come apart, but it is flexible. It's got craft text in between to give it a little bit of body. So as I say, there's a vintage doily just there, and then the kit from Artymaze. So I've kind of imagined that this is what the work that the tailor would be doing. So I've had a go at making one of Artymaze's envelopes here. One of her different envelopes. I've tried to watch how she makes them, and it confuses my brain. My brain doesn't work that way. So this is my version of it. So I've put a belly band there on the front of the envelope, and there's some extra journaling space that goes in there. That opens up, and there's a window there that was of the envelope. And again, I've put some of the tissue paper on there. And there's a pocket there and a pocket just there. And these are Mrs. Cogs images from her embroideries. So in my mind, that's the work that the tailor was doing. And then this opens, let me just slide across, that opens that way. So I've left that bit plain because it can either be written on or you can put something on it. And that's through there is the window. And then there's a pocket just here with some extra journaling space on. And then I've put a little tag just here with a journaling card as well. So Andrea has a couple of, and I've just tied this bit up to kind of stop it flopping a little bit. And then that just ties at the top there. Like that. So I've watched, Andrea does have a couple of videos on how to make these, but I think they turn out differently every time I've done one. And they never look like hers, but that's my version of it. So we've got the Tailor of Gloucester. And I've put fabric down most of the book pages because it's about a tailor and fabrics. So some book paper, scrapbooking paper that I had just there. A button and some sari silk. I hope you can see it. Yeah. And then a little bit from the book. So all the book pages are in here and they are all in order. And there's a vintage book page there with some smocking on. Little fabric flips there. This is the instructions in a sewing, the instructions for a sewing pattern, and this one's in French. Some lovely book pages and some more of that fabric that I used on the book cover as well. Some snips of fabric there. I wanted it to be tactile. I wanted it to be able to feel the fabrics. And then this is just a little bit about the story of the Tailor of Gloucester. And this is, I had a larger book of Beatrix Potter stories. And this is just telling you a little bit about why she wrote this book. So I've included that in there. And one of the tags there from the kit is a tuck spot. Is the mice. You see they live there at the tailor's and they use all his little snips. Love that little image. And there's actually a little mouse peeking there as well. This is a book page from a sewing book that I had. Some more fabric. And then some ladies there. And they're on the way to the tailor's to have some fabric, some clothes made. This is one of the body forms, mannequin shapes that comes with the kit. And I've done it as a tuck spot there. And I've put a little piece of sari silk round there with some twist, some thread, because the mice leave a message for the tailor to say that there's no more twist. So the little bobbin goes in there with the twist for the mice so they can carry on. Little fabric there. Then in the centre, the centre spread there, and then I've put things that the mice might find useful. So there's a couple of poppers on that one. Double pockets that come with Artymaze's kits, and then I've just cut down a couple of the tags that go into there. There's some lace on that as well. Another of the book pages there, and that's a little bit of velvet on there. Then the Artymaze on her website has a freebie page, and there's some images there, and I've just printed them onto tissue paper, and then I've put it on an old book page. And then this again is part of the pattern paper that I had that I've just backed onto some paper to make as a journaling card. And it's got some glossary, pattern glossary translations there: English, French, Spain, Spanish and Dutch. Another of the ladies there just on a little collage page, and she's going to see what she would like from the tailor, I think. Naughty cat Simkin hides all the thread from the mice. There's some threads there. And the book page again. Then this tuck spot here, again, this is one of the larger pictures from the larger book that I had. I've just put some sari silk on there. Then there's a pocket just here, just there, look, and that's the flap of an envelope. So I had an envelope that I've cut in half here, and then I've covered the flap with one of the book pages, and it says no more thread, no more twist on there, and that makes a little pocket. And then I've just made an extra journaling space just there, some little bits of paper in. I've backed it again with the tissue paper, pattern paper. That's one of the sewing book needle cards that come with the kit. So that just tucks in there. Thought I'd put her upside down then. And then this is a pocket as well, so there's a card there. Excuse me while I just reach across you to put that in there. And then some tissue paper again on the sides of the pages there. And that's again from Artymaze's website. Book page there. Then you can see the doily there. And then in the second signature, again, I've used one of the body forms and I've put some lace on it and some ribbon there. And then behind that, I've just tucked one of the cards that come with the kit and some extra journaling space. It just fits behind there. Again, a lady that's come to try on one of the dresses, I think, that she's having made. Another old book page there, and again the story continues. And again, one of the tactile pages there with the fabric on. Then on the back of it, that's a CD case that I've put an image in from the kit. And then behind that, I've just joined together two of the vintage book pages that I had and put them together. And that just tucks there behind there. And then just some sari trim there. Try and lay these fabrics flat and get jumped about. One of the envelopes that come with the kit. On the other side of it, there's a larger journaling card. Again, the lady images. And these ladies I got from Sarah Roxburgh, Roxy Creations by Sarah. I've just fussy cut them out. I saw her use them on one of her challenges and I thought, yep, I like those. And there's just a journaling card in there with some extra journaling space on. It goes on there. Tucks over there. I've put it on back to front, never mind, I'll sort that. Just do it that way. There we go. More of the book page. So lots of space to write in this one. And then the centre here, again, I've put a couple of buttons on the bottom there that the mice might be looking to use. And then this just folds out. And again, it's the instructions in French from the sewing pattern. And I thought you could stick things on there, attach things to it. And the book page there. A little mouse threading its needle. Then this is a tuck spot, so behind here I've used two of the journaling cards, kept them together, the large ones, and then that just threads through there and ties in a knot just to keep them together. So that just tucks behind there, and then that lifts up, and again there's a bit of the vintage book page just there. And then there's a double pocket here, so there's a pocket just there with a little mouse on. Some of the lacy paper that I had, and there's a tuck spot there. Again, I think they're samples of the tailor's work. or the mouse's work. And again, a couple more ladies there. The book page. Another of the envelopes here. One of the images that comes with the kit. Another tracing paper image there. And then again, that's got another of the journaling cards in there with some extra journaling space on the back. Just tucks under there. Again, Simkin the Naughty Cat. Another of the book pages. And then I'd been gifted a repair tag, which seemed quite appropriate to use in the Tailor of Gloucester sewing book. So I've cut one of the little mice out there. Put a little glassine bag on the front there with one of the tags. Okay, sorry, I can't reach round. There we go. And then behind there is the Tailor of Gloucester sat doing his work in the window. That just tucks in behind there. Another lady there, tissue paper lady. Then again, last signature. So this is a little writing spot here. So one of the tags from the kit, and then this flip out is made of pattern paper that I've folded over and stitched into. That just opens up, and then that just flips so that you can write on there. Sorry, I am at a funny angle this morning, all fingers and thumbs. It just ties up together there. And then another tuck spot with a little journaling card in the back of that. Another of the ladies there. And then this is the other half of the envelope. So there you can see that's the flap of the envelope. So the other half of the envelope, the envelope would have been just there. And so I've put a little one of the bobbins on there with some sari silk wrap round it. And then image from the kit goes in there. Another image from the kit in there. And then behind there as well, is Simkin bringing the Tailor of Gloucester a cup of tea, and the Tailor of Gloucester's poorly in bed. There's the mice. Another of the book pages there. So there is plenty of space for journaling. And as I say, including the book pages, there must be at least 150 pages. I'll do a full count. One of the large tags that I've put some sari silk on, and just a journaling card behind there. And then in the centre of this one, and on the tags there, there's a little charm, one with buttons and one with a bobbin with some thread on. It's the first time I've used this kit of Andrea's, and it is lovely. That's one of the large book pages of that image of that beautiful mice, and it says there, tippets for mice and ribbons for mobs. And that's it, tippets for mice and ribbons for mobs for mice, said the Tailor of Gloucester. That's a quote from the book. And that just flips out. And again, there's some extra journaling space in there, and a little bit of the tissue paper again. And then that's just tipped in with some sari silk on there. Oops, there we go. There they are, admiring the work that the mice have done. No more thread. And then I've made a belly band there with 3 of the spools, and then I've put them on a piece of ribbon that I had, or a piece of tape. And then there's journaling card, large one in there with one of the images from the kit. And then those bobbins, I've just put some sari silk round. Again, little snips that the mice might have had. And then in the back is another envelope, altered envelope in the style of Artymaze. So again, it's just tied together with a little bit of ribbon just to try and stop it flapping a little bit. So that, again, one of the belly bands from the kit with a card in, just there. And then that flips out that way. So there's the window there and there's one of the pockets there. And again, this is just the pattern paper that I've put onto the envelope. Oops, sorry. That goes on there, and then that opens that way. So you can see the envelope. That's just one envelope. So the flap of the envelope is here, and I've just put an extension on it to make that into a pocket. So again, trying to follow what Andrea does with her envelopes, but as I say, they just turned out differently each time. There's a pocket there, again made out of tissue paper from the pattern, and then a couple of the body forms there that just flips out to make extra journaling space, and I've just put that together with a piece of sari silk. And then that just closes down there. And then the back. So at the back there is another pocket if you want to use it, but I've not put anything in it because, as I say, it did get to be chunky. So it is quite a large journal. I do hope you like it. I have enjoyed making this one. And as I say, the Tailor of Gloucester is one of my favourites. So I do hope that you like it, and thank you so much for looking. Any comments, I'm more than happy to reply to. Thank you so much for coming to watch, and thank you, Andrea, for this beautiful kit to use. Take care. Bye-bye.